Dobry den and welcome to Prague for game day 4 of Group D at EuroBasket 2022. It's the business end of the first round. Poland can secure their passage to the last 16 with a win, and it's now or never for the Netherlands. Yes, so much to be decided on the penultimate day of action in this group, and we start with the Netherlands against Poland here at the O2 Arena. I'm Tim Long, great to be with you alongside FIBA analyst Josh Davis at the 41st edition of basketball's European Championships. Poland looking to punch their ticket to the German capital. For the Netherlands, it is must win here today. Support for both teams in the arena. And it's the first of 3 games on this court today. Later on, a huge contest for the host, Czech Republic, as they take on Finland, with both teams at 1 and 2. And Serbia look to remain perfect as they face Israel. Serbia, one of just 4 remaining unbeaten teams in EuroBasket. They've already qualified for the next round. Poland and Israel both 2 and 1. The Finns and Czechs in a precarious position at 1 and 2. And the Dutch still without a win. Josh, 2 impressive wins for Poland, but we saw them drop off significantly the last time they played on back-to-back days. So the Netherlands far from out of the equation and need to be ready to take advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Milicic talked about the fact they had heavy legs in that loss against Finland. So we'll see if they were able to get a little bit of recovery yesterday. This is the Poland team that played a phenomenal game. We saw some great performances. AJ Slaughter shot the lights out. Aaron Sell as well, the veteran, playing very, very well. And of course, Mateusz Panitka bringing the intensity as always. But Netherlands, if you watched the press conference yesterday, they are not going to go away easy. They still technically have a way to qualify, but they would be eliminated from contention with the loss here today.
Igor Milicic's Poland had a big off day against Finland, scored just 59 points, lost by 30, but either side of that, 2 very accomplished performances. Dominated on the inside to beat Czech Republic 99-84 in game 1, shot 69% from 2s. And yesterday, 56% inside, 13 threes at 43%, and registering 26 assists to hand Israel their first defeat, 85-76. And the Netherlands 0-3 so far, but putting up a real fight in every game. They came back to get within 5 of Serbia in the 3rd quarter on game day 1. Ran out of steam late on before losing by 24. They pushed Israel all the way to the final moments, losing by 7, having led for over 28 minutes of that game. And then yesterday they closed a 23-point halftime gap to 3 before losing by 8 to Czech Republic. Their shooting has been excellent, including a tournament 5th best, 38.3% on the perimeter, but they've been the worst rebounding team so far in EuroBasket. 2 sets of players introduced, and we'll pause now for the national anthems.
Remain standing for playing of the national anthem of Netherlands. Thank you.
It is the first meeting between these two nations at a EuroBasket since 1987. Poland have won 5 of the previous 7 meetings. Another win today would send them to the last 16 in Berlin. They've gone from having their highest tally in a EuroBasket game since 1985, 99 points against Czech Republic on game day 1, to then just 59 points in defeat to Finland on game day 2, and then back in business with 85 points to beat Israel yesterday. Which Poland will we see today? A third win would tie their most victories in a EuroBasket this century.
Well, Poland obviously has a chance to qualify with a win here today to the round of 16, so a lot on the line for them as you see the referees for today's matchup.
And the Dutch have lost their last 7 EuroBasket games now, their worst run in 45 years. They hit 80 points in defeat to the Czechs yesterday. They haven't hit 80 in back-to-back games at EuroBasket since 1985. Do they have the firepower left to take down this Polish team today? The starting 5 for Poland: Balcerowski, the talented young centre; Sokołowski, Sal, who did well yesterday; Slaughter, who was back to his very best; and the captain, Mateusz Ponitka.
Well, if you had a chance to watch the highlights of yesterday's game, you saw this man do a lot of bad things. AJ Slaughter versus Israel, 24 points, 6 of 11 from 3, also dishing out 5 assists. So it was not just a one-man show, was able to get other players involved. He showed off his ball-handling wizardry, was able to finish on the basket, but his pull-up 3 and transitions are extremely dangerous.
And the Poles led by Igor Milicic on the bench, who took over in October. Also the head coach of the club side, Ostro Wielkopolski, leading them to a first ever Polish League title last year for the Dutch. Von der Verst de Vries, the young point guard, Worthy de Jong, a huge scorer for them here. Mohamed Karazi, defensive specialist, Yuto Kok, and Charlon Kloof is also in that backcourt. But we're going to focus on the firepower on the bench.
Yes, Yannick Franke, who did not play in the first game, was on a minute restriction in the second game, but yesterday unleashed 22 points, 5 assists, had a couple of steals as well. He is a phenomenal shooter. Although it was just 3 of 10 from 3, was also able to get to the free throw line, 9 of 12 free throws. So Yannick Franke, a lot of firepower off the bench, definitely found his groove here in Prague.
Became the first Dutch player to combine 20+ points and 5+ assists in a EuroBasket game in the 21st century. Yesterday, we want to try and continue that form for Maurizio Buscali's team today.
Number 6. She throw you around the basket. We pass the ball. Shot.
Get 10, side picks, force out, simple plays. Let's read, see what they do. We get the ball, the rebound. Let's go, guys. No, not.
Well, they desperately want that first win. Poland desperately want that place in the last 16 bracket in Berlin. I feel like the Dutch deserve at least one win from this group, the way they've performed. And I certainly believe it's possible, but they're rebounding the big problem that perhaps they have to try and put right here, which won't be easy against the likes of the 2 meters 15 centre Balcerowski of Poland.
Well, we're in for another hopefully thrilling matchup here in Prague. These two teams first faced off in this European competition back in 1947, Tim. The score, 40-23. Hopefully we get a little bit more action than that. These two teams did face off back in 2005 with Netherlands beating Poland 96-76. So we're expecting a lot more scoring here. Obviously, when you have guys like Slaughter and Ponitka on the floor, those kind of things can happen.
Well, the Netherlands at EuroBasket for only the second time since 1989. They've not been past the first stage since 1983, when they finished 4th overall. Worthy de Jong set to retire after this tournament. Poland, former silver medalists and 3-time bronze medalists, missed out on the knockout bracket at the last edition in 2017, but can get there again with a win this afternoon here in Prague It's a big Polish push towards Berlin. And it's do or die for the Dutch. Myself, Tim Long, alongside FIBA analyst Josh Davis here in the Czech capital. We're underway. The first possession for the Netherlands with Charlon Kloof finding Worthy de Jong. Van der Verst de Vries. De Jong going to get past Sokolowski, who takes the ball from him, and de Jong ends up in a heap on the baseline asking for the foul. Positive play through the paint, but a miss from Aaron Sal, who put up 13 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, 3 steals, and 0 turnovers yesterday.
Yeah, Sal had a great game yesterday, hit a couple of big threes, with some timely baskets, and what was a close game, honestly.
Here's Kloof, who was a star at the last EuroBasket that the Dutch competed at, 2015, hasn't quite stepped up here. Koch, who sat out down the final stretch of that last game, back in for the Netherlands here and missing his first shot. Panicka working with Sal. Balcerowski looking to show his range. He's done that already at this tournament. And he's a very talented young centre.
Yeah, no hesitation there from Balcerowski. Has a very versatile game. As Sal gets another steal.
Sal off the back of that big defensive contribution yesterday. Slaughter off the back of his big performance yesterday. 24 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 0 turnovers. He's 6 of 11 from three-point range. This time it's Balcerowski who's going to take the 3, misses that one.
Again, Sal, Slaughter, Panicka. That 3-man core has kind of been around for the last 7 years together. A lot of continuity on this Polish team.
Van der Verst de Vries, 20-year-old point guard for them, finds the veteran guard Kloof into the corner. Worthy de Jong, he was red hot on the outside in game 1, and he gets going early here.
De Jong, 17.7 points per game, shooting 46% from beyond the arc, and you can see why on the last one.
Kloof closing down Sokolowski, and then Balcerowski trying to wriggle past Koch, draws the foul.
Yeah, Koch will have his hands full. Balcerowski can post up, hit the mid-range, hit the long range. Also a great passer, as you see there. The 2 big men battling inside, and there we talk about Yannick Frank's injury. His right hand, his shooting hand, but he's still able to shoot the lights out.
Desperate to be on this big EuroBasket stage. On the bench at the moment. After that huge 22.5 assists and 2 steals yesterday against Czech Republic. A slow start on offense for Poland. Van der Verst de Vries misses the 3, Balcerowski the ball.
Coach Biscaglia talking about Van der Verst de Vries yesterday in the press conference, saying he wants to put the young man in a lot of situations to give him more experience. As Slaughter left wide open in the corner.
Checks his feet, misses the shot, can't catch up with his own rebound. Worthy de Jong, he's hit one already, and then an air ball. That's a collector's item from him.
Nice pass.
And just enough floor space left to finish.
Well, you can see why Panicka's averaging 7 assists per game, and that time you find Sokolowski, one of those X-factor players on this squad, comes in averaging just over 9 points per game.
Panicka's made more than 10 points and more than 6 assists in 2 of his 3 games so far. He'd only done that once in his previous 16 games in this competition. Karazi answers back for the Dutch.
Yeah, Karazi starting to get more aggressive as the games go on here offensively. Obviously such a defensive force.
Panicka, again looking for the pass, this time to Balcerowski, and a foul. Veteran captain and young centre developing quite an understanding at this tournament.
Well, you see the nice little pass here from Panicka. Balcerowski unable to gather it, but was fouled. And they're going to have it based on out of bounds, as you see once again that Sokolowski finish off the Panicka feed. Netherlands slow getting back on defense, and Poland exploiting it.
2 assists already for Mateusz Ponitka in the opening 3.5 minutes here. His inbound to Sokołowski. Guarded by Klug. Mihalek. In the foul line, floater. Tips the rebound to Balcerowski, who puts it in from close proximity.
Smart play there from Mihalek, keeping the possession alive, and yet another field goal for the big man as Mihalek replacing Slaughter early on here.
Karazi, De Jong, big shot this for Klug. It's not happened for him on the outside in this tournament.
Yeah, just 27% from 3 so far. It's left open. Couldn't exploit it as Jeva knocks down a 3.
Jeva has arrived.
Yeah, he's
So
been
have they.
struggling.
Polish pride and passion in this arena, and a Polish 4-point lead down on the floor. Onderverse De Vries, Karazi, little push shot, poked across, but recovered by Poland, and a chance to stretch the advantage. Ponitka skipping through and scoring. Delightful play right through the defense from Mateusz Ponitka.
Yeah, Ponitka, no surprise, has come to play here today. Although there fell asleep defensively for a second, he was pointing to the referee. And Klug noticed it as you see the drive and drawing the foul there inside. And there's that Balcerowski long two, his first possession. And then Ponitka going coast to coast. That's a tough lefty finish from the Polish guard. And he'll get a quick breather as Slaughter comes back onto the floor.
Klug goes to the line. He's missed a 3-pointer so far. Only 3 of 12 from 3 at this tournament. Back at EuroBasket 2015, he averaged 16.2 points, 4.6 rebounds, 3.2 assists, yet 11 of 18 from 3. The Dutch player at that last EuroBasket with the most points, assists, threes, and steals. Slaughter. Guided by Koch. Breaks back in off the bench, Mihalek. Shot clock to 5, Slaughter, Koch all over him. 3 to shoot. Up the crossover, 3-point shot. Air ball, excellent defense on the perimeter.
Yeah, Koch, who was left with the switch onto the guard, able to move his feet and force a tough shot. Didn't hit the rim.
Chance for the Dutch to make it a 1-possession game. 4.5 to play in the first. Balcerowski comes up with a steal. Mihalek grabs the ball.
Well, both big men showing their perimeter defense the last couple possessions.
And both going at it here. Balcerowski whips it off. Sokołowski has to be careful not to travel. Slaughter. Mihalek for 3. Will catch it with his own rebound, put it on the floor against Klug as well, and finds the angle off the glass.
Mihalek playing very well off the bench as his first basket, but already has 3 rebounds and an assist.
He was one of 5 Polish scorers in double figures against Czech Republic in the first game. 10 points on 4 of 5 shooting. He'd only shot 2 of 9 from the field over the 2 games since then.
Balcerowski once again showing his quick hands there, causing a deflection, as we're going to see Mihalek take the bump and finish off the glass. And you see it again, not an easy finish as Yannick Franke checks into the game for the first time for the Dutch, replacing De Jong.
Dutch down 6.
Here comes Franke off the double screens.
Call for that. Franke firepower. And finds Klug in the corner, who gets one right on cue.
Well, you heard us talking about his 3-point percentage, and he wanted to improve it. And the Dutch now just down 3.
One of the best 3-point shooting teams in the competition so far, the Dutch. And they get their second in 5 attempts.
Oh!
Balcerowski!
Off the dime from A.J. Slaughter, the poster from Balcerowski.
The Balcerowski blockbuster. Franco to
Foul.
fire back with the 3, fouled on it, will go to the line for 3. The foul was on Balcerowski after his big moment on the offensive end.
Well, watch this replay. The pick, the roll, the pass between the legs, the poster jam from Balcerowski. Kloof, you need to make a business decision. Kind of got out of the way the last second, but once again, the strong finish from the 21-year-old big man who will head to the bench now after picking up a foul. Second foul, no, first personal foul for the big man. So good 7 minutes for him, 6 points, 3 of 4 from the field.
Poland by 5, Franco at the line for 3 though. And what a connection we just saw between the veteran for Poland and the youngster.
Well, Yaramaz yesterday with the between the legs pass in that Serbia game. Yes, Slaughter was watching. Franklin is doing a very good job getting to the free throw line again. 9 of 12 yesterday. Had one empty trip where he went 0 for 2, but was pretty much, perfect the rest of the way. And here, 3 for 3.
Just a 2-point game, 3 minutes to play. Slaughter. Baseline cut, Mihalek moving away. Slaughter guarded by Franco. Shot clock to 5. Slaughter off the crossovers, lost it. Kloof putting his body on the line and helping to force a shot clock violation, celebrated passionately on the Dutch bench and by their fans.
Yeah, Slaughter, a little bit too much dribbling there as the shot clock was winding down. And again, we've seen the Dutch players play some pretty good perimeter defense on him. Slaughter still scoreless so far, 0-2 from the field, but did have that electrifying assist.
Chance for the Dutch to tie from 6 down here. Franco into the lane, dishes off. Jesse Edwards in the game, played a big part yesterday.
Yeah, Edwards 12 points and 9 rebounds in the game yesterday against the Czech Republic, playing a phenomenal second half especially. And Coach Muscaglia going with the twin towers of Jesse Edwards and Matt Harms here. Harms, who was only on the floor for about 6 minutes in that game. So we'll see if he can make an impact here this afternoon.
3-point shot. The big's on the floor, but it's the outside shooting. Frank off the mark. Slaughter working with Jeva. Slaughter mid-range, knocks it down. It was never going to take him too long.
Again, Slaughter coming off his second 20-plus point performance is a turnover by Frank, a steal by Mihalek, who's been so active here in this first quarter off the bench.
Poland looking to tie or maybe surpass the largest lead so far. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Mihalek looking back out. Jeva up against Jesse Edwards. Jeva having hit a shot already here in this quarter. Call for a travel.
Yeah, you saw that pivot foot kind of slide there as Jesse Edwards held his ground, put his hands straight up. Here's Slaughter again, getting into the lane, rising up before Jesse Edwards can contest for his first bucket.
Only the second turnover from Poland in this quarter. Edwards, who had a perfect 12 points yesterday, was 4 of 4 from the field, 4 of 4 from the line. Franco fouled by Mihalek.
Yannick Franco continues to draw fouls. You see it there, just a third team foul for Poland. Netherlands already 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Poland yet to shoot a free throw here in the game so far.
Leon Williams with the inbound to Edwards, off to Kloof. Kloof wants to attack Jeva, hangs and hits off the roll around on the bump of the backboard.
Well, Kloof, a great start for him, 7 points, and you saw that little hesitation, froze the Polish defense, and then finishing with the left through the contact. So the veteran trying to help the Netherlands get their first victory.
He's over his tournament average already, came in just 6.7 points per game. Ziskowski, he misses off the window. And 2:20 on Harms, grabs the loose ball. And Franke down the floor. Franke again. Kloof wants it in the corner, goes instead to the center, who puts it in with a soft touch finish.
That's great semi-transition offense from the Dutch. Harms making himself a big target inside. Franke with second assist.
17-17, the Dutch level from 6 down. Final 30 seconds or so of the first quarter here. Poked away by Franke, recovered by Garbage. Now AJ Slaughter, pressed against the center court by Williams. Third foul on the Dutch. Shot reset to 14.
See Williams crowding the space there and just knocks Slaughter off balance. And there's that hesitation again from Kloof. Goes right into the chest of the defense. Nice little lefty finish.
So we've got a 14-second differential now between shot clock and game clock at the end of the first quarter. All level 17-17, low scoring. The stakes high. Poland looking to go to the last 16 with a win. The Dutch need the win to remain alive. Slaughter. Panicka back in, misses the shot. He'll battle on the boards though. Never gives up on a play. Mateusz Panicka.
Yeah, it seemed like he got bumped in the first attempt, but able to stay with it. That's a pretty tough tip. But Panicka now 4 points.
Williams 5 to shoot here off to Franke. Kloof has had the hot hands and hits another. This one several feet back towards the sideline. Charlon Kloof looking to ignite the fuse for the Dutch.
Well, he gives the Dutch the lead with the buzzer beater 3 from long distance. You see Frank, another assist for him. Kloof, a couple steps behind that three-point line. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 20 points on the board for the Dutch.
And they have the lead from 6 down at the end of 1. Netherlands 20, Poland 19.
This ball screen, the fist, all 24 to swing. I know that you see the space. I know that this, no, it's a ball and a swing. And the second one, a kickback.
You see the stats there so far. Both teams shooting 50% overall. Poland 6 more shot attempts, but 5 more free throws for the Dutch. And Netherlands 3 of 6 from 3. They got off to a tough start shooting yesterday. I remember that, I think they were 0 for 12 at some point from 3. Ended up shooting 9 of 31 overall, just 29% in that game against the Czech Republic. But much better start as you see some of the highlights of that first quarter.
Yeah, still the 5th best shooting team on the perimeter at EuroBasket 2022, and they're hitting them early on here, 50% inside and out the Dutch. They have the lead. And a game that they have to win, despite a positive start from Poland, who were up by 6 points on a couple of occasions. Mateusz Panicka, a key part of it. 4 points, 3 assists for him. And Buck Sorowski with the biggest play. And one of the biggest dunks we've seen on this court here in Prague. Over the top of Kloof, but Kloof has had the last laugh of that quarter. 10 points for Charlon Kloof. Do make sure you get the courtside 1891 app for the stream schedules and scores. As we reach the business end of the first round here, the pressure building on these teams here in Prague, as well as in Tbilisi, Milan and Cologne.
Here we are at the beginning of the sixth quarter.
Poland start the second with the ball, down 1. Slaughter trying to get away from Leon Williams. Slaughter bounce pass through a gap, beautifully done, and fouled on his flat pack was Dominik Olejniczak. Didn't play at all yesterday, Olejniczak. Wanted to get back in business with a bang. He'll go to the line for 2. First trip to the strike in the game for Poland. them both when they have the lead back.
Former Florida State Seminole, making an impact right off the bench.
Matt Harms, handing off to Kloof. 10 points in the first quarter for him. Kloof again, he's hit a couple of threes. And the gap between the first and the second has been able to cool red-hot Kloof.
Yeah, Kloof absolutely on fire here in this first half.
13 points, 3 of 4 from downtown now. Panicka almost went through the legs of Jesse Edwards.
Yeah, tough pass, not much space there for Olivicek to catch the ball. As you see once again, Kloof makes the catch, rises up and knocks down yet another three.
AJ Slaughter working behind the screen of Olivicek, settled down to final three here. Slaughter, it's a long two if it goes. It's denied by the long limbs of Jesse Edwards.
The Dutch have played very good defense here on Slaughter so far.
22-year-old Jesse Edwards, 2 meters 11 center with the block to stop Poland's biggest weapon, AJ Slaughter, and send him to the bench. Slaughter 0 of 3 on the outside now. That's a day after going 6 of 11. Edwards back to Williams. He waves Edwards away. Franco up against Garbach. Congested far side of the floor. Kloof trying to thread the pass towards Edwards. Poked out to bounds. Dutch ball, 8 to shoot.
You saw Edwards pointing to the skies. He'd rather have caught a lob there. Here comes Jakob Schenk in the game for the first time, the backup point guard.
And it's another jumper. It's another basket for the on-fire Charlon Kloof.
Well, keep feeding that man. 15 points on 5 of 6. Basket wide open for him.
From 6 down, lead by 4. Sokolowski down the baseline, blocked off as he reached the basket in a whistle. Frank is really not happy right now.
Well, the call was made by the referee across the court. As you see right there, Jesse Edwards looking to contest. A bit of a late whistle as well.
Frank continues to protest, but the Poles get the decision and they trip to the line. Michał Sokolowski, two-time Polish League MVP and best defender. Spent last season in Italy with Treviso. Gets them both. Williams. The 2 bigs on the floor for the Dutch and the outside shifters. Franke can't do what Kloof has been doing all game. Panicka. Schenk always offers plenty of energy off the bench. He'll slow it down here. Sets it back from Ziskowski. Around the screen of Olejniczak. Ziskowski 5 to shoot. Schenk's going to pull the trigger on the perimeter. Wide of the mark. Harms the rebound. Finds Kloof straight away. Kloof with a bit between his teeth. Finds Harms again. Back to Charlon Kloof. He's only missed 1 shot so far. Williams, Harms rolls inside. They tried to thread the bounce pass through, and the ball was kicked.
Substitution for 1. Coming back to the ball, the member of the starting 5. Number 2, Alexander
Here comes Balcerowski to try and deal with the bigs of the Dutch. Jesse Edwards, Leon Williams. Kloof looking to get free around the perimeter, trapped by Sokolowski. Darted past Panicka as well, onto the corner. Panicka finally fires and celebrates in front of the bench.
Well, I think his toe was on the line. Referees deemed it a two-pointer, his first field goal of the game. A nice pass there from Kloof as well. Drawing a lot of attention now, obviously, after starting off on fire as a turnover here for Poland.
Franke's first field goal on his third attempt, and Kloof's second assist to go along with his 15 first half points, and then the turnover from Poland, and the Dutch have a chance to make it their largest lead.
Well, Kloof getting his first rest of the game. And it's always tough to pull out the hot hand, but look who's coming on for him, Murthy de Jong. And we talked about having de Jong and Frank on the court at the same time. Two sharp shooters.
Edwards takes the pass to Frank, takes it towards Balcerowski. Two young centers going body to body, but Balcerowski comes out on top. Panicka goes behind the back into a packed paint. Edwards takes the ball off him. Panitka's not happy with the baseline official. De Jong, Franke. Edwards fouled straight away on the entry pass by Schenk.
Edwards doing a great job defensively on Panitka, getting the steal on one end and posts up big on the other. Schenk, no choice but to foul, considering the height mismatch.
The Dutch desperate for their first win to stay alive here at EuroBasket 2022. De Jong. They started with one big weapon on offense, De Jong. Then Franke arrived to the party, and now Kloof has arrived. Will that be enough to give the Dutch their first win? Franke misses a three. Sokolowski pulls it back. Poland slow the pace again. Sokolowski up against Harms. Flips it far side. Schenk into the lane. Edwards stuck to him. Balcerowski picks up the pieces.
Yeah, right place, right time there for the big man. 8 points now already.
A perfect 4 of 4 on the interior. Balcerowski came here shooting 80% from two.
Well, he leads the whole tournament in field goal percentage overall, 71%. And only adding to that right now is Frank can't get the runner.
And Poland a chance to tie or take the lead towards the midway point of the second quarter. It's Panitka in transition with the three. Can't give them the advantage, and Franke then fouled by Panitka. A tough passage of play for him.
You see Franke starting to feel a bit of the fatigue as he tried to spin off of Panitka. Got tripped up a little bit.
Landing on the hand as well, the injured hand.
But some great minutes from Franke, plus 8-point differential with him on the floor.
He goes to the bench, as does Jesse Edwards. Just going to have a huddle, in fact, on the far side. Franke, it seems, is going to remain on the court.
The referees checking to see whether it's an unsportsmanlike foul, given the fact that it was in transition.
Edwards sat down, Karazi's coming in.
Come back. From my point of view, I cannot say this is intentional movement. He is with the open leg. For sure, he's responsible of the contact. But in my opinion, yes, Oscar, can you give me this one? Oh, come back, come back. Oh, this is different view, eh? In this situation, we can see how he, with the left foot, he's kicking him, okay? Kick him, and for me, this is non-basketball action. This is unsportsmanlike foul. Okay. We confirm unsportsmanlike foul number 9, 0 in the shooter. Okay, you saw the foul.
Oh, unsportsmanlike indeed. So Franke has to stay on the floor to take the free throws. Both offenses somewhat slowing down here in the second quarter.
the unsportsmanlike on Panica. Franke, 2 from the stripe, and then possession for the Dutch. They tie their largest lead at 4 points. Franke does go to the bench. Kloof back in, 15 first half points for him. De Jong hit an early 3, Harms. De Jong, he's going to take a 3 here. Slaughter.
Nice
Sal
offense.
in behind. Overhead finish falls as well for Mihalek.
Mihalek ran the curl beautifully around the back screen, and Sel delivered the pass on the money. Back to a 2-point game.
Kloof, has he cooled down yet after that break on the bench? Williams into Harms, looking to find Kloof, but a foul on Sokołowski. Third on Poland in this quarter, just over the midway point for the second.
Well, watch the execution hit on the set, and Mihalek, not an easy finish there, reversing over De Jong.
His second field goal.
One more time. Coaches love when you execute their plays to perfection.
De Jong, faced by Balcerowski, slips it through the gap. Cock to the far side, Kloof the up fake. Faced by the big frame of Balcerowski again. Karazi suffocated. Kloof's going to have to pull the trigger at the end of the shot clock, and of course he hits. Shot along Kloof, cold and clinical on the perimeter.
That's pretty tough, honestly, off a couple of pump fakes. Not really in rhythm, but still, obviously, very much in rhythm. Kloof, 18 points, 6 of 7.
Back off the bench and still the hot hand to hit over the top of the 2:15 center. Mihalek, the Dutch have their largest lead by 5. Time winding down, no room to breathe, no room to shoot. And the Dutch down the floor and a foul on Balcerowski.
Well, the Dutch is playing very good basketball on both ends here. As you see Kloof pump fake, Balcerowski doesn't budge, goes for the swipe, and raises up for the 3 as the shot clock expires. And the timeout on the floor again. The 4th 3-pointer of the first half for Charlotte Kloof.
Balcerowski's second foul of this first half. Poland's 4th of the second quarter. The Dutch up by 5. Timeout Poland.
Whatever we play, we have to play in shooting range. If we are far out, then we have problems. Attack strong. If they second, we're gonna pass out. Don't move the ball like in 1 meter. Attack strong, pass out. The first play, it's worth spot, a bird play. Bird play. If it's not, you have the ball, or you have the ball. Get for him. Get for him. If you have the ball, far side. Far side work. Far side.
What more can we say about this man, Charlotte Kloof, who's finally arrived at EuroBasket 2022? It's like he had an earpiece in listening to our commentary early on, criticising his 3-point shooting accuracy. He's 6 of 7 from the field, 4 of 5 from downtown, 18 first half points in 14 minutes.
I mean, Kloof came in averaging 6.7 points per game on 27% 3-point shooting, 41% overall. So this has definitely been a pleasant surprise for the Dutch from an offensive standpoint. And I'm sure the Polish defense was not expecting Kloof to be the one of the guards to shoot the lights out.
11 of 18 on the outside of the last EuroBasket. The Dutch played that in 2015. He's found that form again here, now in Prague. And it's not too late
nice
for the
steal
Dutch to make a difference in this group, but Slaughter takes it away.
Hey!
And a punishing Polska pile driver from Balcerowski.
AJ Slaughter, another highlight.
Showtime from Poland. Kloof
Oh!
not hanging around to watch that previous highlight. Charlon Kloof showing he's got springs in his sneakers as well.
This game just got a lot more interesting in the past couple seconds. Highlight factory.
On the baseline, Sell moving it on. Shot falls short. Mihalek lead back to 5 for the Dutch. Worthy de Jong up against Balcerowski, who's playing on 2 fouls already. And they'll slow it down. De Jong then shoots the 3 over the top of Balcerowski. Largest lead of the game at 8 points.
Again, this is why you love these EuroBasket tournaments. The Dutch winless so far, but you wouldn't think of it the way they're playing.
What an exchange we've just witnessed. The 2 big highlight reel plays and then the 3 from de Jong.
Oh, look at that crossover. Kloof getting inside, taking off, and Sell knows better than to contest that dunk. And there's a strip from Slaughter. He sees Balcerowski behind him, throws it off the backboard for the alley-oop. That is, again, one of the plays of the day. No question about it.
Panicka. Jeva looking back out. Sokolowski up fake, pass de Jong into traffic. Lost it on his way through. Possession Holland.
Well, it's been a tough start for Sokolowski as he has his second turnover. And having a little friendly discussion with the referees about it. So 8-point lead for the Netherlands. Again, they did have the lead against Israel as well for a lot of that game. Can they hold on to this one?
A chance to make it a double-digit lead with 2 minutes to play in the first half. Kloof with 20 first half points now. De Jong, he's just hit a 3. Can't get that one. De Jong 2 of 5 on the outside for 6 points. Panicka. Sokolowski. Jeva, plenty of contact with Koch. Panicka in the final 6 seconds of the shot clock. Nowhere to go. That's not the shot they want. Well short, into the hands of Karazi. Dropped it, recovered it, with Jeva diving down on the floor.
Again, another great defensive possession for the Netherlands, limiting Poland to just 10 points here in the second quarter.
Williams into the paint, faking the pass, driving to the hoop, knocked out of bounds, still Dutch possession.
Poland arguing that it looked like it went off of Williams' leg, similar to the play on the other end. And I think the referee having a quick discussion with Coach Milicic about the Polish players is arguing. Final warning. Offensive foul, illegal screen there. And a timeout on the floor.
Palpable on the face of Maurizio Buscalia on the Dutch bench. And they go to the benches with Netherlands leading by 8 points. 80 seconds to play in the first half.
This is our TCL Let's take a look.
Bring the ball in the shooting range, and we will try to go motion from this side. I want to see this back screen. Good back screen. Get the ball in shooting range. You open up, get the ball in the shooting range. Good back screen. Roll, cut. Maybe we got something out of it. From here. When you pass the ball again, good screen. We're going with this motion of 4-man with a cut. They will make a mistake. At the end, we have to stop it on one side. Attack the one side. Go and shift. You guys, hey, let's go. Let's finish strong.
Igor Milicic looking to draw something up on the Poland bench to close the gap here. They face the possibility of being down by double figures for the first time. They've got the ball back. And how about this play? Checks the rear view mirror, sees big Balcerowski coming.
can watch that play over and over again. AJ Slaughter, who's put together a very entertaining highlight package in this EuroBasket so far with his shooting, his dribbling, and now his passing as well.
3 assists without a turnover for AJ today, just the 2 points. He's taken on more of a playmaker's role. Balcerowski's got double figures, 10 and 5 of 6 shooting. He's going to pull the trigger. This time Slaughter misses. He's only 1 of 5 from the field. We saw him go from 9 field goals in the first game to 1 in the second. And then yesterday, 9 field goals again, and only 1 in this one. Williams. Poland so far continuing to struggle on the back-to-back game days. Klue. He was calm and composed, but then after doing the hard work, missed the layup. And then a foul. And it's going to take the Dutch to the limit. Send Poland to the line for 2. Grimace on the face of Charlon Klue. Pretty much the first blemish on his near immaculate stat line. 20 points, 7 of 9 shooting, 4 threes, 2 assists, 0 turnovers. And that's his first foul. Yannick Frank is ready to come back in. Kowalski at the strike, averaging 9.3 points, 5 rebounds, 3.3 assists. Over the first 3 games, a bit of everything for Poland. Six points in this one. And the margin is back to 6. Karazi out, Franka in.
Well, Poland had been scoreless for the last 3 minutes before those free throws. And again, a lot of credit goes here to the Dutch defense in this second quarter.
Igor Milicic scrambling around to get the bodies he wants on the floor. Zizkovsky in, out goes Sell. Sokolowski, Panitka, Jeva and Michalek also on the floor for Poland. 12-second differential. Franka. Klue, another 3. Finally, he's cooled down.
Poland will try to hold it for final shot, although a 3-second differential here between shot clock and game clock.
Klue hits 7 of his first 8 shots. He's now missed 2 in a row. Panitka into the paint, lost it on his way through, trying to recover it at the feet of Klue, and does. Michalek, does he get it away in time? No. 2.8 to play.
So Coach Muscaglia calling a timeout, looking to draw up a final second play here with 2.8 left on the clock. And obviously with the way that Klue is shooting, and then Franka and De Jong shooting, a lot of options to turn to.
Okay, guys, listen. Chito, like this. Leon, you shot, okay? Like in the practice. Okay, so Wardy, this is Chito. You are here. And you are Charlotte. And you, Charlotte, you are here. Don't move. And Wardy, like this.
4 seconds
okay.
on the game clock.
Leon. You go to defensive court. You get a ball, 1 dribble, an out-court shot.
Well, you see there again, Yannick Franka with a spot-up jump shot in the corner. And they've added a couple of seconds here, so 4 seconds on the game clock, which is a lot more time, obviously, to get a good shot off. Now it depends on whether or not The Dutch are able to execute the coach's play out of the timeout. You see Yannick Frank's stat line so far, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Coming in averaging 15.5 points per game. Of course, did not play in that first game, so just 2 games of action for Franca.
The 3 shooters on the floor for the final 4 seconds for the Dutch. And it's Williams who's going to heave it though from center court, and he beats the buzzer.
The execution to perfection.
And the determined Dutch refuse to die at EuroBasket 2022. In a must-win matchup. They're by 9 at halftime with that one from half court.
The half-court logo, Hail Mary buckets for Leon Williams.
From Amsterdam.
What a shot. What a first half from the Dutch. Mihalik tried to contest, didn't matter. Definitely counts. Charlotte Kloof raises his arms to the skies.
Would it be Kloof? Would it be Franca? Would it be De Jong? Don't forget about Williams. Half-time, Netherlands 40, Poland 31.
And again, it's perhaps another example of a team overlooking this Dutch talent. They have come ready to play, shooting 48% from the field. They've knocked down 7 of 15 threes and all their free throws so far. Meanwhile, Poland, 12 of 29 overall, just 1 of 11 from beyond the arc, and that's been the difference. A plus 18 advantage from three-point land for the Netherlands. They've only had 12 rebounds. You mentioned the fact that they're one of the worst rebounding teams in the EuroBasket, but when you shoot the ball like they have, it hasn't really been an issue. And Kloof already 20 points here in the first half. Balcerowski leading the way for Poland with 10.
And the Dutch have knocked down more threes than they have twos. And they've hit 40 at the half after scoring 80 in defeat yesterday. No problem on the offensive end as they seek their first win to remain alive in this competition. De Jong set the tone with the early 3. Poland had an early 6-point lead off the passing of Panitka, but he's gone quiet. And the Dutch have shown once again not just their quality but their character.
Well, it seems like a similar issue to that Finland game, right? They had a great game day 1 against the Czech Republic. Slaughter and Panitka combining for 45+ points, and then the next day they struggled. Yesterday, Slaughter and Panitka having a great offensive game. Today, they've struggled. So we'll see if they can make some second half adjustments. Granted, Slaughter has made some phenomenal passes to that man right there, Balcerowski. But they have a long way to go. They want to qualify for the round of 16.
Now, so far, Slaughter's only field goal on 5 attempts. He's got just 2 points, but the 3 assists, including 2 showtime passes to Balcerowski. But how about the shooting of this match? Charlotte Kloof has finally arrived at EuroBasket 2022. 20 points, playing 18 minutes of that first half. 7 of 10 shooting, 4 of 6 on the outside. He's added his name to the list of Dutch weapons. And that was just a 12-point second quarter for Poland. But take a look at this play. Eyes in the back of his head from AJ Slaughter to the high-flying big man Balcerowski.
Yeah, we thought that was going to be a turning point, but they weren't able to build on that momentum. Poland shooting just 3 of 11 from the field in that second quarter, and they were 0 of 6 from three-point range. So Leon Williams, it's hard to say that's the play of the half so far. We've had so many highlights.
It's his first shot of the game. From center court, he makes it a 9-point lead for the Netherlands at halftime over Poland. Balcerowski trying to weave his way past Sorkin and gets a score.
Well, he seemed like he had a direct line to the basket, kind of went the other way, finishing with the left.
Jokic back from Davidovac, passes out of the double team. Guduric takes a dribble, three-point shot again. Back-to-back threes for Marko Guduric, back-to-back assists for Jokic.
Oh, wow.
8 points, make it 10.
No, he didn't, Tim. The veteran move, throwing it off the back of Abdia on the inbounds.
Smith to the corner. Simon is short. Oh!
Makovic comes over and dunks it, Mark.
Makovic with a big throwdown. Didn't stop working.
Another steal here.
Yanez.
Ooh! Hey!
Runway opens up for the Janinic Korinja takeoff. The 35-year-old can fly.
What a highlight.
0.3, you can't come down with the ball. You've got to tip the ball to the rim. And they get it, and it's an and one. Down low, coach loves it. Absolute non-concentration by Great Britain defense.
Great hands. Fontecchio does so much more than scores. Pisu drops it down. Oh! Lamb, what a block! Here's Smith, ball screen, goes upstairs!
And one. Beautiful play here.
Yes, Kulamay drops inside, great play. Oh! Oh! Throw that down and no need to do anything but get back on defense.
Listen, that boy has made me stand out of my seat twice in a row. Big dunk.
Again, forcing the play, there's no need to. Here come Ukraine, they look long. Oh, what a play!
Incredible look up to the rim. And he asked for the ball, put his hand up, he said, hey, throw it, and I'll go get it.
Welcome back to the O2 Arena in Prague as we take a look at the top scorers, both in double figures for the two respective teams here. Alexander Balcerowski, 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting for the 215, 21-year-old centre, who's threatening to have a bit of a breakout tournament on the international stage. A former Euro Cup Rising Star winner, Balcerowski, who had 12.3 points on average through the opening 3 games, 17 points against Israel yesterday on 8 of 10 two-point shooting. And now 10 points at the half here, missing just 1 shot. And a couple of huge dunks as well. The one-handed hammer, and then of course the pass from Slaughter off the backboard as well. This one of the plays of Group D so far. But double his tally, Charlon Kloof, 20 first half points. Triple his average through the first 3 games. He's got as many points in the first half here as he had in the whole of the first 3 games. He's 4 of 6 on the outside, 3 of 4 from 2, 2 of 2 from the line, 2 assists without a turnover as well. And when the Dutch needed their key players to step up, we've seen De Jong do it at times in this tournament. Franke do it while injured. We've waited and waited for Kloof, and he's finally arrived.
Yeah, Coach Buscaglia in the first couple of games probably, gave Kloof a couple of death stares with some of the shot selection, but in this game, no shot is a bad shot for Kloof, making 7 of his first 8 field goals, and he's 4 of 6 from 3. Also has a couple of assists. The veteran, 32 years old, obviously been a mainstay for this Dutch national team for a while. Played his basketball at FC Porto last season.
And the Dutch playing here at EuroBasket for only the 2nd time in the last 15 editions. Their only other appearance since 1989 in Croatia in 2015, when they finished with a 1-4 record and failed to advance. They're looking to go 1-3 with a win here and remain alive. They would have to win tomorrow as well. And against Finland. But on this do-or-die occasion, they are still breathing and up by 9 at half-time. Yannick Franke, another of their key players, 5 of his 7 points coming from the stripe. He has been limited from the field to just 1 of 5, but has 3 assists as well. And with that extra weapon now in the offense in the form of Charlon Kloof, De Jong and Franke have been able to get away with not having a red-hot half. And you have to feel they will contribute a little more in the second half. So the Dutch still looking good, even if Kloof's scoring slows down. Poland struggling again when they played back-to-back game days. They were excellent game day 1, poor game day 2, excellent yesterday, and now just 31 points at the half today on game day 4. Mateusz Panicka, the captain, limited to 4 points, but has 3 assists, just the 1 turnover. AJ Slaughter, big games, big scoring outputs in both of their wins, but struggled in the defeat, and now 2 points on just 1 of 5 shooting here, although he has 3 assists and 0 turnovers.
Well, we talked about that Israel-Netherlands game where Netherlands did play well. They had a lead for a substantial part of that game, actually led for 28 minutes in that game, very similar to today's game. And then just in that 4th quarter, Denny Avdia somewhat took over and pushed Israel to the victory. If you're the Dutch team, you have to understand you can't take your foot off the gas. Obviously, Yannick Franke in much better condition right now, but Poland does have those weapons to kind of creep back into this lead. So these first 5 minutes of the 3rd quarter are going to be huge. Are they able to cut the deficit down from 9, or can the Dutch build up their lead even more to double digits for the first time here today?
Yeah, the other 2 games for the Dutch, they've been playing catch-up themselves and done an admirable job of trying to do so, but ultimately falling short. They even got as close as 5 against the almighty Serbia in the 3rd quarter of their first game. And then they were down 23 at halftime against the Czech Republic yesterday and closed the gap to 3.
So you have to help them drive. Don't let them drive and kick out. AJ, bring the ball up. Soku, open up. Play the first 25 feet. Reject, it's nothing. Bring it back. If they deny, AJ, go for the ball. Aaron, and then you go for the handoff. If they deny, you cut. And Mateo, you go dribble handoff with him.
Hey guys, when I put the small guy here in defense, don't head from the strong side, because every time they pass to the corner, I should increase. And I'm the small guy.
Remember, Tom Flash will bring us in shooting range to attack. Okay?
Come on, let's go.
Poland had 99 points on game day 1, 5 scorers in double figures, their highest tally in the EuroBasket game since 1985. 59 points the following day, then 85 yesterday, just 31 at halftime today. So a roller coaster ride of a group stage in Prague for Poland. The Dutch have been down, but not out, as they look to bounce back with their first win. And you can check all of the stats and facts and figures and highlights on the EuroBasket app.
So, Coach Buscaglia leaving Kaya van der Verst de Vries on the bench to start this third quarter, going with the halftime launcher, Leon Williams, in the starting lineup. Franco will still come off the bench for the Netherlands.
That's been a big change. Van der Verst de Vries averaging a team-high 4.7 assists a game. He's only played 5 minutes here. Williams, who hit the half-court buzzer beater at the end of the first half to give the Dutch a 9-point lead, their largest of the game. They can get to a double-digit advantage here. Kloof working with Karazi. Williams around to De Jong. Shot clock down to 4. Up against Sokołowski. De Jong darts into the paint. Over the head, grabs the loose ball. Didn't hit the rim. Shot clock violation.
De Jong pleading his case that he was fouled, but good defense from Poland, forcing a shot clock violation as the ball did not hit the rim.
And the best thing here for the Dutch is they're up by 9. De Jong's only got 2 field goals. Frank has only got 1. You feel that they're going to have their moment to fire at some stage in this second half. Sokołowski and the whistle.
Second foul there on Kloof. Should also mention Leon Williams' defense on AJ Slaughter, making things very tough as Sokołowski draws that foul. Nice pass. Oh, the block.
Sal Koch denies it, but a goaltend. The ball was on its way down. That's the call. He's not happy about it. The points count for Poland. 7 is the difference. De Jong. Kloof. 20 first half points for him. Faces Balcerowski. Gets past him down the baseline. Couldn't finish on the reverse. A chance to start the third quarter with back-to-back scores for Poland, and a foul on Kloof. That's 2 on the Dutch already. Panitka. He'll go to the line for 2.
Again, Panitka so adept at drawing fouls. These will be his first free throws of today's game. You see De Jong, bit of a soft foul on his part there.
Second on De Jong, who joins Karazi on 2. Shalom Kloof has picked up his 3rd foul. And the Dutch have 3 in this quarter after 75 seconds. That's the problem for them.
Well, Panitka, the one blemish on his resume has been his free throw shooting. Comes in about 73% from the free throw line, missing that first one.
Just about gets the second to drop. Agonizing for those fans. Desperate to put their tickets to Berlin. De Jong. Kloof stays on the floor on 3 fouls. Karazi dishes off. Beautiful play. Offensive foul though. The dunk does not count. Balcerowski taking one for the team in the paint.
Oh yeah. See there, Karazi committing it. So that Koch dunk waved off.
Third foul on Karazi. So he joins Kloof on 3, and it's 4 fouls on the Netherlands after a minute and a half of the third quarter.
Poland still yet to commit a foul.
8.5 minutes now, but any foul on their defense will send the Poles to the stripe. Balcerowski misses. Third chance scoring opportunity put in by Sokołowski.
Well, just like that, we talked about the first couple of minutes. 5-0 quick run here for Poland. And the game now is just a 4-point game.
4-point game and 4 fouls for the Netherlands already. They're in a predicament here in the third. Timeout.
One up, one side. We have to run off screen. One up, one side. 2 minutes. One up, one side. Okay, guys, stagger top and one dribble. Second one, like this we spread the floor. Big on the bottom. Okay, like this we can play the step up, pick and roll and short roll. If you want one more, fresh side. It's okay. When we swing the ball from the post connection.
There you see Panitka again. His little highlight package. Just 5 points. Does have 5 rebounds and 4 assists. We call him the stat sheet stuffer. And he's doing it yet again.
The Polish captain capable of contributing in so many ways. Looking to lead them back from a 9-point deficit here.
See the his average stat line, and again, it's what he does with a black eye, which I believe was courtesy of Denny Avdia yesterday, going for a steal in the backcourt. No foul was called on that one, if I can recall.
Here's a basketball warrior, Mateusz Ponitka. Williams. Kloof. Bypasses Cott onto Williams for the 3. Hit one from half court. A more conventional one from the corner.
Yeah, great 2-man action there between Kloof and Williams. 2 defenders going with Kloof. Obviously with a hot hand.
Beautifully drawn up by Coach Buscalia on the bench in the timeout. It slows the comeback for now. The Dutch back up by 7. Then the miss and the rebound. And they're feeling a bit more comfortable again. Karazi to De Jong. 43-36 is the score. It's not updated on your picture. Kloof battling his way towards the baseline, kicks it back out. De Jong, plenty of time left on the shot clock. Karazi onto Cott, challenged by 2 mid-air. And a foul.
Well, great feed from Karazi inside to his front court partner. As you see, defender come, Balcerowski may have gotten a clean block, but Panitka seems to be the one that caught some of the body, but the foul will be issued to Balcerowski.
And it's his 3rd. The first Polish player onto 3. Again, 43-36 is the score. You're not seeing it correctly on the graphic on your picture at the moment.
Cook, who took a shot to the head in yesterday's game and had to sit out the second half, seems to be feeling much better here this afternoon. Knocks down 2 free throws.
And the Dutch tie the largest lead at 9 points. Sell back to Slaughter. Balcerowski's high screen. Slaughter back to Sell. Panitka up against De Jong, who forces the tough shot. Panitka asking for help from the official. Again, nothing doing. Can the Dutch finally get that double-digit advantage? Kloof. Looking back out to De Jong. Plenty of time on the shot clock still. De Jong pirouette in the paint. Past Sokołowski and 1.
Well, De Jong's been lethal from the outside, but showing you that ability to get to the basket. Drive with the left, spins back to the right, takes the contact, finishing off the glass with the underhand scoop and 1.
Largest lead of the game. First double-digit lead of the game. And it's provided by Worthy De Jong.
It's been lead to a timeout on the floor as after a 5-0 run for Poland, the Dutch respond with a 7-0 run themselves.
You go for Mateus. Listen, we are in switch defense. Soku, you guarding 4 men. Zizou, you guarding 5 men. Okay? Let's see who is on 3. If they're low, then you're gonna go on 4. And we are in switch. We have fouls to give. What we wanna have? Drag screen.
Well, De Jong starting to put together a nice little performance. He's got 8 points on 3 of 7 from the field. He's knocked down a couple of 3-pointers. That was his first 2-point make. And a chance to add to it at the free throw line.
He said that De Jong and Franke would have their moment in this second half. It's come at a big moment for the Netherlands when Poland were building pressure. The Dutch now up by the largest margin of the game at 11. And De Jong can try and stretch it from the stripe. His last international 5-on-5 tournament. He wants to prolong it and go from Prague to Berlin. Maurizio Buscalia's team need to win this one and also need another win tomorrow. De Jong misses the and one, gets it back, bats it back, and they'll go again.
Great hustle there from De Jong. And they're going to reset the shot clock. It should have been at 24 instead of 14 because Poland did secure possession momentarily.
14 seconds off the offensive rebound, but it's a turnover instead. Kloof dancing with the defense, looking back out, pass off the mark to Karazi. And getting in down the baseline was Kloof. His first points of the second half, and the Dutch stretched the lead to 13.
Well, Poland really needs to respond quickly. Here comes Slaughter.
9 without reply for Holland. Sokołowski. Fouled by Karazi, and that will finally take the Dutch to the limit. They had the first 4 fouls in 75 seconds of this quarter. 4th personal on Karazi as well.
Well, Karazi moving his feet, and then right there you see the forearm, and Sokołowski shoving him away. So tough foul for Karazi to pick up his 4th.
He's 4 of 4 at the line already. Sokołowski in this game. The chance at double figures here. 2 of 3 from the field. He has been efficient from all distances and angles at this tournament, but right on cue misses the first of 2. At a point where Poland need all the points. He recovers to hit the second.
And once again, Coach Buscaglia deciding to go with size with Harms and Cook both on the floor at the same time, and Poland in a 2-2-1 press here.
Kloof, always dynamic and full of energy, dictating the tempo, calls for De Jong. Kloof to De Jong. On to Harms, he's not going to shoot the outside shot in the corner. Shot clock down to the final 2. Cook, will he get it away in time? No, he won't. And a shot clock violation.
Yeah, the Dutch wanted a replay, but despite the nice, strong move from Cook and the good finish, it's going to be waved off. Netherlands still shooting 50% from the field and 50% from 3. So their hot streak continues here in the 3rd quarter.
Sokołowski Main ball handler at the moment. Slaughter trying to get free to receive it. Gets it in the end off the handoff from Jeva. Jeva rolls inside. Slaughter over the top of Kloof, misses it and harms the rebound, and then a whistle, foul on Jeva.
Yeah, again, the Dutch do have the kind of guards to stay in front of Slaughter in Kloof and in Leon Williams. And that's going to lead to A.J. Slaughter getting a rest here halfway through the third quarter.
He's the personification of Poland's tournament so far. 9 field goals in the Game 1 win, 1 in the Game 2 defeat, 9 in the Game 3 win, just 1 here. Still plenty of time to put it right here on game day 4. But the Dutch lead by 12. Midway point of the third quarter. De Jong. Kloof, 22 points to lead all scorers in the game. 20 of them coming in the first half. Onto the left, into the lane. Pass deflected off Schenk.
Again, Poland just 6 points here in the third quarter after having 12 in the second. Still sitting on 37 here. Just about 15 minutes left in the game. Of course, Poland came into the game averaging 81 points per game, so significantly off their average.
But 99, 59,
right.
85. Williams too long with the 2. Franke balances the baseline. Plenty of contact as well as he tries to pass it back to the perimeter. That'll be 4 fouls on Poland now as well here in the third.
We see Franke, the great hustle, and the legs getting tangled underneath. No question about the foul.
You know, Franke's playing through the pain barrier with that injured hand. Always seems to end up with plenty of contact.
Right. Well, he's not playing any differently than he would if he was fully healthy. And you have to admire that, and we're going to have a discussion here. The referees, usually when they get together, it's whether or not it was an unsportsmanlike, but it also may be. No, we're good to go.
Williams will inbound. If he can get the ball in, and he turns it over, and then there is an unsportsmanlike, but on the Netherlands, on Charlon Kloof, that could be a tide turner just over the midway point of the third quarter.
Well, Williams kind of sensing that a 5-second violation was going to be called, so decides to throw it up, and you see Garbage had the angle. Kloof, did he grab him, or was it with the legs? Well, Garbage can't take advantage on the first free throw attempt.
Garbage has only averaged 7.5 minutes a game here. Plays for his national team coach at clubside Ostro Wielkopolski. He was the MVP en route to the Polish League title in 2021. Makes the second, and off the unsportsmanlike foul from Charlon Kloof. They get the ball back again. 4 personal fouls on Kloof. So the Netherlands up by 11, but far from finished of Poland as Jakub Garbacz knocks down the triple.
You mentioned the tide turner, 4-point possession there. Van der Vries de Vries back on for Kloof.
4 minutes to play in the third. 8 the margin now. Franke into Kot. Franke gets it back. An air ball from Yannick.
Loose ball.
Poland come up with it. And sensing the time is now perhaps for their big push. Jakub Schenk, guarded by Williams, poked it away, recovered, plenty of time to shoot. Still Jenner sets the screen. Schenk across to the near side. Not 2 in a row for Garbacz. Van der Vries de Vries hasn't played much. Williams. Harms wanted it up against Iskowski. Van der Vries de Vries, the 20-year-old point guard, down the edge of the paint, stuck to by Sokowowski.
I'm not sure if he was trying to draw the foul or feed it inside to the big man there, but a turnover.
There's the handoff to Schenk. overlooking the post edge of the paint. Sokołowski into the lane, bumping bodies and scoring. And Poland are bouncing back, and Mauricio Buscalia calls timeout on the Dutch bench.
Well, it's back to 6.
From 13 down.
Good response there from Poland. Sokołowski has been very aggressive in this game. He's now got 11 points, joining Galcherovski in double figures.
Faster, ball back. Okay, keep back. Screen, faster. Dribble. It's okay. Rolling, spacing. And if they deny, fade or backdoor. Why don't move? Okay.
And let's go.
So, the play will we spread the floor. One and one side or flash. It's okay. It's okay like this. Yes, two, yes. Every single. Now, guys, they are aggressive on the 3-point line and leave 2-on-2. Backdoor like this. Cut and move from the corner. Cut and move from the corner.
No easy games here at EuroBasket 2022 in Prague. Two teams refusing to let each other get away. And the Dutch have been up by as many as 13. Poland back within 6, but off the back of the last Dutch timeout, they produced a 7-point unanswered run to cut short the previous comeback attempt. Can Mauricio Buscalia's intervention be as significant again? We've got individual foul trouble with Karazi and Kloof on 4 fouls each. Kloof, the game's top scorer, on 22 points. Any further defensive fouls in this quarter from either team will result in free throws. Polish fans making plenty of noise. And the long-range 2 from Kaya van der Verst de Vries.
Yeah, timely basket. Good time for him to get his first field goal.
He's only played 6 minutes. Sokołowski on the turnaround, leading the Poland's comeback. 14 points for him.
Well, he's probably been Poland's best player throughout this game. Has the most minutes and the most points.
Banks it in. And a second field goal for Franca.
Yeah, offense starting to pick up these last 2 possessions.
The Dutch by 7. Jeva, final 2 minutes of the third, and there's a foul on the defense. They're not happy about it, the Netherlands, but it's free throws for Poland. Sokołowski's 3. Their top scorer on 14 points, missing just 1 shot from the field. Van der Verst replied. The Dutch got a basket as well from Yannick Franca. Now Poland can try and close the gap to 5.
Zivkovsky continues to struggle. He's shooting just 10% from the field coming to this one. And unable to hit that free throw.
Led the team in total points in their World Cup qualifying campaign. 10.7 points per game, averaging just 2.7 here. This is both. Van der Verst de Vries. De Jong. Risky pass recovered on the baseline. Turned over though in the end by Edwards, failing to save it. And driving coast to coast, the one-man comeback machine, Michał Sokołowski. 16 points.
Van der Verst de Vries forcing the issue on that pass.
Franca, little floater in the lane. Yannick Franca starting to fire. A couple of quick field goals for him.
The thing about Franca, he comes off the screen so quickly, sprints off to get open. And that's why he's able to create separation.
Offense prevailing at the moment for both teams. Another miss though for Zivkovsky. This would be a big score for the Dutch, up by 7. To alleviate the tension, instead it's an offensive foul on Jesse Edwards.
And off the ball foul, trying to get open on the roll. You'll see here, sets the screen and wasn't properly set, I should say. And here's Sokołowski, could have been an and 1. And he's now 5 of 6 from the field for his 16 points. As Panitka back on the floor. He's only had 17 minutes of action compared to Sokolovsky's 25.
It was the 12th turnover from Netherlands. Poland have only had 7. But there's another one.
So Schenk dribbles it off his foot thanks to the ball pressure from Franke.
It's a big final 43 seconds in the third here.
Absolutely.
Edwards, Van der Verst de Vries, the playmaker. Gonna go to work on the perimeter here. 3 to shoot, passes on, Harms won't shoot the 3. Franke will though.
Another rebound for Panitka. They'll hold it down for the last shot.
Just a couple of seconds differential. Sheva coming to help out Panitka. Generates some room, receives it on the bounce pass between 2 defenders. Denied on his rip to the rim by Edwards though. Still Polish possession, 8.5 to play in the third.
Well, Jesse Edwards showing off the length, picking up his 3rd block already of the game. You see Panitka feeding Jeva, and Edwards timing it beautifully. Able to recover too to the roll man. That is not an easy play to make defensively.
Still plenty of time for Poland. Panitka trying to get it in, but an offensive foul. So the Dutch, it seems, should have the final shot of the third.
A smart play there from Franke, getting tangled up with Garbage. And just kind of fell to the ground as Garbage trying to clear up space. See here in the middle of the lane, right there. Making the referees have to blow their whistle.
A couple of quick turnovers from Poland, who had protected the ball well before that. Just 7 turnovers in the first 29 minutes, 2 in the last minute. Balcerowski will come back in. He's been sitting on 3 fouls. 10 points in 15 minutes for the centre on 5 of 7 shooting so far.
So we've seen the Dutch being able to execute at the end of the second quarter. Can they repeat it here at the end of the third?
They had 4 seconds and got one from centre court.
Where's Leon Williams?
A little bit of extra time to travel the length of the floor this time. Garbage all over Franke. The referee's going to have a word.
A long word. Crowding this personal space.
De Jong will inbound. Franke the target. More space this time. Plenty of time to bring it over centre court to get to the perimeter. Little up fake over Sokołowski, misses the 2 despite a good look. And the Dutch have to settle for a 7-point lead with 10 minutes to play as they seek their first win of EuroBasket 2022. The Netherlands 55, Poland 48 to the end of 3.
This is Max, and he has a one shot for 100,000 Czech crowns.
Well, you see the shooting numbers. Netherlands 48% overall. Poland 42. Poland struggling from 3, just 3 of 16, 19%. Netherlands much, much better at 44%. And then the free throws, which of course in this fourth quarter could be crucial. Poland struggling overall, 64% from the line. And we check out some of the highlights of that third quarter. I was called a goaltending, very, very close call, honestly.
This one had 4 fouls on Karazi. The basket not counting. The Dutch also have 4 on Charlon Kloof, the game's top scorer with 22 points. So a bit of individual foul trouble for coach Maurizio Buscaglia to have to try and deal with. You'll wait a while, you have to assume, certainly to bring Kloof back into the action, but De Jong and Franke have started to do their thing as well to help out in the absence of Charlon Kloof, who built up their big lead in the first half with 20 points before half-time. Garbage, a rare basket for him in this competition, but a big three for Poland in that quarter as they tried to come back. Sokołowski crucial to the comeback cause as well. 16 points to lead them in scoring. There's a long way to go in this one.
And again, a lot on the line as we are in game day 4 here in Prague. Serbia having already qualified for the round of 16 with their 3 victories. Poland, of course, qualifies with a win here today. And Israel will qualify if they win later today and if Poland win as well.
Yeah, Poland qualify with a win. If they lose, they're not through, and they face Serbia tomorrow. The Dutch need to win this one and tomorrow against Finland. What a huge game we've got next for you on this court. Finland against Czech Republic, with both teams at 1 and 2. That one could decide which of those 2 nations goes to Berlin.
Right, Finland can be eliminated if Poland wins this game and if they lose later, so a lot on the line.
Van der Vries de Vries gets it back on the perimeter. Strips it in. Jesse Edwards wriggles free and gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Personal foul by player number 30, Captain Garbage.
Van der Vries de Vries hardly played in the first half. His passing's been really important in the second. 3 assists in 9 minutes. Garbage with his second foul. Big job for all of the head coaches to manage the minutes, keep players fresh with this the 4th game in the space of 5 days. Edwards misses the first. His first trip to the line in this game. He's only played 10 minutes, but he's got 3 block shots.
Well, back to a 8-point lead.
That's his first point. Sokołowski. Shook off Frank, ball out of bounds, still Polish possession.
So Slaughter remains on the bench early on here in the 4th quarter. We expect to see him soon. Again, Balcerowski and Sokołowski, the 2 guys really leading the way and combining 10 of 13 from the field and 26 points.
Sokołowski back out. Garbage hit a 3 in the 3rd, and he's got one in the 4th as well. Jakub Garbage, the unlikely source for Poland.
Caught that one in rhythm.
Franke shifts it on. Edwards blocked off by Balcerowski and then fouls him.
Yeah, Balcerowski altered the shot there. Edwards not going up strong enough. As you see, the big man making his presence felt. And Edwards, the frustration foul, trying to redeem himself for missing the layup.
Sokołowski against Franke. Balcerowski's screen, he rolls inside. And there's another big one-handed hammer from Balcerowski as Poland look to bounce back.
And again, the pick and roll seems like such easy offense, but it's been working tremendously throughout the tournament for Poland, especially with Balcerowski as Frank looks to answer and can't hit the 3.
Misses it over the top of Balcerowski, who's now got 12 points on 6 of 8 shooting. Long pass down the floor, Panitka. Balcerowski wants it up against Franke on the height mismatch. Very good passing big man as well. Ziskowski got one to go with the spin, and Poland are back within a whisker.
Just like that, a 7-1 run to start the 4th quarter. And we have a game on our hands. You see there the Balcerowski finish at the rim with authority off the beautiful feed from Sokołowski. Running a double screen. And Edwards gets screened off by Garbage. Great execution and an even better finish. And also that's the last timeout for the Netherlands. So they will have to figure it out on their own the rest of the way.
Come on. Yes. Let's go.
Well, they got the first point of the fourth. The Netherlands, they're up by 8 points, but a 7-point surge from Poland in less than a minute. As we see the big blows thrown by their biggest player, Balcerowski, as part of his 12-point, 4-rebound performance.
Yeah, right up there with his averages for the tournament. Very consistent.
You've seen Maurizio Buscaria's timeouts seeing off the Polish comeback attempts before. That's his last attempt at doing so, with Poland as close as they've been from 13 down. De Jong skipping down the edge of the paint. Tough shot, challenged all the way by Garbac, who's certainly having an impact for the first time really at the tournament. Ziskowski blocked off by Harms, who forces a long way down, and he's hurt his right ankle, Matt Harms.
Boy, hard fall for the big man. Of course, he's 2 meters 21. And as you see here, comes down on his right foot awkwardly, reaching for the ankle right away.
There's a big wide body as well. The 25-year-old center. Just finished his rookie professional year in Germany with Fraport Skyliners. Before that, Defensive Player of the Year and all second teamer in the West Coast Conference at BYU.
He also had a great career before that, 3 years at Purdue. So Matt Harms, he carried over to the bench by his teammates. Hopefully it's just a sprained ankle, nothing too more serious, but definitely a lot of pain. Also taking the air out of the Dutch sails there.
Concern etched on the faces of their fans for the health of one of their players and the position of their team in this ball game now. A 13-point lead cut to 1. They have 2 players on 4 fouls. They have 1 player injured.
Well, the Netherlands have had the lead for 23 minutes of this game. We've had a few lead changes, but none here in the second half. And a chance here for Poland to regain the lead.
They led by 28 minutes against Israel and lost. Sokołowski. He was well behind the basket as he turned and tried to throw it up.
So you see the inbound pass and Franke reaching in.
So it's a foul on the shot. In the position, it was impossible to hit the shot. This is the first, though. Sokołowski misses both. He hit his first 5, I believe, and has now missed 3 in a row. Dutch lead hanging by the finest of threads. Franke back out to De Jong. Franke onto the corner. Williams, he's hit a couple of threes, misses that one. Balcerowski the rebound, his 5th. Garbac for 3, and the lead from 13 down for Poland.
Well, Garbac all of a sudden double figures here with his 3rd three-pointer. And like you said, an unlikely source at the heart of this comeback for Poland. And then a turnover. So all the momentum favoring the team in red right now as Kloof will come back in.
And the 2021 Polish League MVP has come to play. 10 points in 13 minutes for Jakub Garbac, who had only averaged 7.5 minutes through the first 3 games.
Yeah, very easy offense and an easy assist for Panitka's 5th assist.
Panetka with Poland up by 2. 7 minutes to play. 7 minutes away from a place in the last 16. And in the Dutch time of need, Kloof and Karazi are both on the floor on 4 fouls now. Sokołowski to inbound. Working with Balcerowski again, down the edge of the paint. A hard bump against Koch, and falling down to the floor, he got it off the window. Balcerowski and Sokołowski down hurt, colliding with each other. And then a whistle at center court.
Well, Sokołowski gets up gingerly, and a lot of activity here in the last couple minutes. You see again the bump into Koch, falls hard, gets his 18th point of the night, and then a couple slips there, trying to get back on defense, but strong finish from the Polish small forward.
Let the bodies hit the floor here at EuroBasket 2022. As these players scratch and claw for a place in the last 16 in Berlin.
Okay,
They're going to look now for the potential unsportsmanlike at half court.
This one. Okay, thank you very much. Go back. And now go back. Give me again. You will have another one. Okay, this one. No. Go back. This one. The center camera.
Okay. Me, this is not a time to play for the ball. It's either a personal life for me, no doubt.
Number one, grab the player in the elbow, and there is no any attempt to play the ball. So this will be an informal foul number one. Shooter is number 90. Okay? Time is correct. You confirm? Yes. So the foul, clear. Igor is very clear. He grabbed here. He grabbed the hand here. Believe me, I saw TV. Believe me.
Okay, unsportsmanlike indeed. Well, it's a big call here.
Milicic getting it explained to him, the captain. Panitka getting it explained to him. That might just suck the wind out of Poland's sails. This is a 12-1 fourth quarter for Poland so far. Free throws out in possession for the Dutch. Kloof playing on 4 fouls. That's to 23 points now. 20 of which came before halftime. 2 important free throws, not just here, but in the whole campaign at EuroBasket for the Dutch. 12 of 14 at the line as a team. He's 4 of 4. They're still waiting for their first field goal of the fourth. Can they find it here? Franke. Kloof. Working with Koch on the perimeter. Now one-on-one with Balcerowski.
Shot clock.
Koch comes back out.
Shot
They've
clock.
got to shoot here. Williams just away in time, and he got it to beat the buzzer again.
Well, he is the Tissot buzzer beater man today. And he gives the Dutch the lead once again.
3 threes for Williams, the wizard at the buzzer. Sokołowski trying to slip it for the baseline cut from Panitka. For the Dutch ahead again. What a way to get their first field goal of the fourth after around 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, big time shot from Williams. He's got 9 points now. Also plus 13 point differential.
Panitka getting it in off the baseline. Balcerowski misses the 3. Offensive rebound. And that's been a problem all tournament for Netherlands, protecting their backboard. The worst rebounding team in this competition altogether. Balcerowski, shot clock ticking, takes a look at the hoop and puts it in the nick of time.
Yeah, patient move and good footwork there from Balcerowski. He's now 7 of 10, 7 of 8 from inside the arc.
That was off the back of the 10th offensive rebound for Poland. The Dutch have only grabbed 2 all game. Franke. to Kloof. Poland back ahead by 1. Kloof on the elbow, looking for some room. Foul called 2.8. Did we just see a technical? Yes, on Mateusz Panitka.
Well, Panitka arguing the foul here, battling with Koch for a second. And you see there the grabbing and the holding. Panitka, the one falling to the ground, but getting called for the foul. And still making his frustrations known.
3 fouls on both teams here in the 4th, 4.5 minutes in.
Well, he's been ejected, actually.
Panitka heads to the locker room.
Well, that is a huge turn of events. Franca missing the technical free throw. What they call 1 tech or 2 techs?
Yannick Franca was 5 of 5 at the line before that miss.
So he had the unsportsmanlike foul earlier, and obviously with the technical, that's grounds for disqualification.
There's only 2 fouls of the game.
What a block.
Franca shut down. And this one is going right down to the wire. Twists and turns here in the 4th. And we're only at the midway point. A 1-point game. Balcerowski just missed a 3. Clings on to it. Slaughter tells him to go back towards Sokołowski. Up against the 4-foul Karazi. Sokołowski gets in behind.
Oh,
a beautiful finish on the reverse. And Poland up by 3.
The reverse up and under.
Soko hits 20 in style. Franca up high to Koch, caught it on the way down. Almost caught in the gravitational pull of Balcerowski and travels with it. And a turnover for the Netherlands. Balcerowski blocking that one on the way down. And then the pass to get Sokołowski in behind, and the pretty finish to take Sokołowski to 20. And he's only missed 1 shot from the field. Still a 1-possession game, but Poland building momentum. Balcerowski showing his passing ability. And A.J. Slaughter with just his 2nd field goal of the game, but it gives Poland a 5-point lead. Poland raising the bar here in the 4th. And the Dutch have to get up there with them. Otherwise, it's the end of their tournament. Williams to Karazi. Shot clock winding down again. Karazi, little push shot over the top of Sokołowski. Just what they needed.
Three-point game now, 1 possession.
4 minutes to play. Sokołowski to A.J. Slaughter. 2 of 7 from the field now.
Well, it's his time to shine. Ball in his hands.
He's been resting for large parts of this 2nd half. Slaughter steps through 2. Off front iron doesn't go. Offensive rebound turned over though by Ziskowski. De Jong takes a look at the hoop, puts the brakes on. Down 3. De Jong to Williams, who's hit 3 threes. Koch receives it, shoots over the top of Sokołowski. Twice on the post up, 2 different players on that far side of the paint against Sokołowski. And the points for the Dutch on both occasions.
What a good time to get your first field goal.
A 1-point
Oh,
game,
3
3 minutes to play. Balcerowski takes it back off De Jong though. And Sokołowski fouled on the 3. So he'll go to the line for 3.
It looked a little bit like a flop, but Sokołowski, crafty, able to draw that foul. And 3 free throws to come. It's the 7th foul drawn by Sokołowski.
He's 7 of 8 from the field, en route to his 20 points, but he's only 5 of 8 at the line.
We'll take a look here The closeout from De Jong. Couldn't get quite a good look at it.
It's also the fourth foul on the Dutch, so Poland to shoot free throws the rest of the way. Third personal on De Jong, who's still in a strong debate with the official.
Another missed free throw.
Better percentage from the field than from the foul line for Sokołowski, and of course that means it will remain a one-possession game. He's got 2 more to come.
Poland 9 of 17 from the line.
53%.
In a close game like this, you're just putting yourself in a little bit of a predicament.
They're also only 26% on the perimeter, Poland. They've shot the ball well on the inside, but rebounding and protection of the basketball helping them out. 3 fewer turnovers and +7 on offensive rebounds, second chance points. They've got a big advantage off the back of that, 10-0.
Yeah, and 12 fast break points as well, to just 4 for the Netherlands, and 38-18 advantage points in the paint.
It's pretty much what we expected from the Dutch, isn't it? The good shooting, struggling with their rebounding, and committing turnovers.
So a big free throw here, and of course, no Panitka for Poland the rest of the way. Do we see Yannick Frank again for the Netherlands?
The Dutch walking wounded. Franke, the hand injury, playing through it, harms the injury that's seen him to the locker room. Poland playing short-handed without their captain, who's been ejected. And this is a basketball battle all the way to the finish. Kok to De Jong. De Jong for 3 for the tie. No. Leap from Kok was mistimed.
That's a great look for the Netherlands as well.
Slaughter working with Balcerowski. Balcerowski happy to have the ball in his hands, but doesn't have it for very long, and it breaks so kindly for Sokołowski, who tries to break the rack, picking up the pieces and punishing.
Well, the fortuitous bounce for Poland as De Jong with a strip, but it falls right into Poland's MVP today, Sokołowski, 24 points.
Final 2 minutes, so tough to take for the Dutch. Now down 2 possessions. Klute playing on 4 fouls, Karazi playing on 4 fouls. Williams falls short on the 3. It might well be the end of the line for them. 100 seconds to play. Poland a chance to make it a 3-possession lead. The Dutch simply must win today. Poland looking to guarantee their place in the last 16 with a win. Shot clock winding down. They've got to throw it. And pretty much everything else from the field has gone for Sokołowski, but not that one.
Well, they needed to stop on that one. You see a great near steal from De Jong, and then Sokołowski says, "I'll take that," and throws it down.
24 points for him to match the 24 of Charlon Klute for the Dutch. 8 of 10 from the field, Sokołowski. Strangely, just 7 of 11 from the line.
Still plenty of time, obviously, just a 2-possession game. And obviously the way that Poland's been shooting their free throws, that door is still definitely open.
Poland have the 1 foul still to give. The Dutch at 4 fouls. Franke working with Kok on the perimeter. De Jong up against Slaughter. Little jab step, force to the sideline, push to the sideline.
Well, they had 1
foul.
Exactly, had a foul to give.
66 seconds to play. 66 seconds separating Poland from the last 16 before they meet Serbia tomorrow. 66 seconds separating the Dutch from elimination. They have been ultra competitive in every game, the Netherlands. Maurizio Buscalia's team desperate not to leave empty-handed. Igor Milicic rallying the Polish troops. Franke to inbound to Kot. Williams, 10 on the shot clock, final minute of the game. The Dutch in desperate need of a score. Kloof, their hero of the first half.
Oh,
fouled in his cut through the paint. He'll go to the line for two. Two huge free throws.
Oh, he's
4 of 4 so far.
And that almost an and one as well. Strong take from Kloof off the dribble.
.24 points in the game for Kloof, but 20 of them coming before half-time.
You see the looks on the coaches' faces. Buscaglia, Sam Jones, and Matt Otten. They want this one to go down.
He needs them both to make it a one-possession game with 54 seconds to play. They have taken care of business at the stripe. He's 6 of 6, the team 14 of 17, the three-point game.
All they need is one stop on this possession.
Slaughter. Balcerowski comes out to run interference. And again to the perimeter. Balcerowski, Slaughter, they're taking their time. Shot clock down to the final few seconds. Balcerowski! Poland bring the pain.
AJ Slaughter
flying high, and so too Balcerowski.
AJ Slaughter with a great read. Again, we talked about that pick and roll with Balcerowski as the screener. And Slaughter delivers the pass on the money. Check it out right here. Off the dribble, one-handed pass and a two-handed flush for Balcerowski's 16-point. Keeps the ball high on the catch. The big man is so skilled, such a bright future.
3 of Slaughter's 4 assists have been for Balcerowski dunks. And that's a huge one with 32 seconds to play. Poland up by 5 again.
And Poland with the lead despite Slaughter just 4 points. Panitka just 5 points. You would have never have assumed that going to this game.
Final 30 seconds. Quick 3 for Kloof, falls short. Offensive rebound. Franke, they need it. Floater in the lane, they get it. The Dutch barely breathing, but still alive. What a time to get just their 4th offensive rebound and their first second chance points of the game.
Yeah. Seriously, a timeout on the floor. So now it's going to be down to some free throw shooting for Poland.
Kowalski, 24 points, more than 2.5 times his average through the course of the other 3 games. He's the man who's really stepped up for Poland when Slaughter scored just 4 points, when the captain, Panitka, has been ejected and scored just 5. Sokołowski's time to shine. Poland by 3, 20.5 seconds remaining. 6.5 second differential as they advance the ball into the front court. Slaughter chased by Williams and by Kot. And a foul with 17.5 seconds to play. So the shot clock turned off, and a chance to make it a 2-possession lead for Slaughter at the stripe.
So Slaughter actually came into this game shooting just 50% from the free throw line. And that's just because that's only his 3rd attempt of the tournament.
A 2-possession lead with that first one, and he makes them both. Poland by 5 again on a tough afternoon from the stripe for them. They're hitting them when it matters the most. Only 13 of 21 as a team for 62%. The Dutch need a quick score as Williams travels down the floor. Franke on the turnaround, bumped. No whistle, he's asking for the call, doesn't get it. Poland keeping hold of it. The foul from De Jong, and the Dutch are done.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaking loss for the Netherlands. Again, they had the lead for much of the game and then outscored in double figures here in the 4th quarter, very similar to that Israel game. And you know, you wonder if it's just like a confidence thing, a belief that the team can pull out these close victories. But again, these are ways to gain experience. They are on the biggest stage here of European basketball.
For just the 2nd time in the last 15 editions of the Continental Showpiece. There's a miss at the line from Mihale. Only 5 seconds to play though. It'll remain a 2-possession game.
Of course, Poland back in action tomorrow against Serbia, but having already qualified for the next round.
Williams to De Jong, they're out of time. They're out of the competition. Poland deliver the knockout punch to the Netherlands and punch their own ticket to Berlin. They get their 3rd win in 4 games in Group D and guarantee their place in the last 16. For the Dutch, it's the end of the line as they fall to 0-4. That 3rd win for Poland ties their most victories in a EuroBasket this century. The Netherlands running out of time on that shot from De Jong, running out of time at this tournament. But you have to really appreciate their efforts to be so competitive in each of the 4 games. But Poland come out on top and win back-to-back games for the first time at this tournament. They have to do it in a very different way, I think, here. 2 excellent offensive performances for their first 2 wins. This one more a case of digging deep and grinding it out.
Well, Netherlands kind of ran out of the magic touch there. They end up shooting 43% from the field, 36% from 3. Poland got stronger as the game went on. Ended up finishing 49% from the field despite only going 5 of 20 from beyond the 3-point line, but they were plus 12 on the boards. They had 20 assists, forced 14 turnovers. And Sokolovsky and Balcerowski combining for 40 points.
And after the excellent first half from the Dutch, up by as many as 13 points, up by 9 at the break, a 40-point half, flying high. And Poland, we wondered if it was going to be the same story for them, struggling to play games on back-to-back days, as was the case across the first 2 game days. But they dug deep and showed they have a second wind. And despite the 20-point first half of Charles Kloof, who finished with a team-high 26 for the Netherlands, a game-high 26. It was a big second half for Poland. 24 from Sokołowski, who shot 8 of 10 from the field. He was the standout player, along with Alexander Olek Balcerowski, who put up 16 points, 7 rebounds and 4 assists. They also had an unlikely contribution from this man here, Jakub Garbacz, 3 threes in the second half, as he hit 10 points, having hardly played across the first 3 games. A 27-point fourth quarter for Poland to come back and win this one and take their place in the last 16.
Well, also Garbage, those three big threes really helped kind of turn the tide here, and a huge run starting in the third quarter going into the fourth.
Well, he was 3 of 4, the rest of the team just 2 of 16.
Whew. And Charlotte Kloof, 20 points in that first half, just limited to 6 in the second. Worthy de Young, just 8 points as well. So the Dutch just couldn't quite sustain the effort for 40 minutes. And they'll be back tomorrow in action against Finland for their final matchup.
It's been the story of this group for the Dutch. They played really well at times, shot really well at times, not been able to sustain it for a full 40. And they led Finland for 28 minutes. And they led for a large part of this game, 24.5 minutes. But fall to the bottom of the group with 0 wins as they lose this one 69-75. Poland moved to 3-1. Up next, a huge game, Finland, Czech Republic, both teams at 1 and 2. Could be the decisive game for those two in pursuit of the last 16 in Berlin. Serbia already through at 3-0 before they face Israel later. But the Dutch at the bottom and out of the equation, 0-4. Poland 3-1, and along with Serbia, they will go to the next round. It's been a pleasure having your company for this first of 3 games on this court at the O2 Arena in Prague. We'll see you shortly.